Hey guys, I've avoided royal readings for a while. There's enough people doing readings on the royals, okay? And there's a lot of hate and bitterness towards Meghan Markle. I'm not going to say I'm a massive fan of Meghan Markle either, but I did not want that energy or bitterness on my channel and in the comments. I just don't want my channel to be that kind of place. Now, I don't care. If anyone has any constructive criticism, go ahead, comment on it, comment on it. But some of the stuff about real vile race, bitter, about her looks, really proper venomous comments, I don't want it on my channel and it would be deleted, I'll tell you now. It's gone. There's enough channels out there for you to do that if you want to. And I'm going to say that right away. I am very much, I know our royals get a lot of hassle, a lot of crap. I'm from the UK. My mum was into history. I think the first thing I learned about the royals was actually Henry VIII, divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived, when I was 6 years old, and I was fascinated. I've always been fascinated by the royals. As for William and Kate, I am a massive fan of William and Kate, and I have great hopes for them in the future. And when it comes to Harry and Meghan, it's a bit iffy there for me, let's put it that way, but I try and keep my feelings out of it. But obviously, I mean, I've just heard that Harry's not coming back for Philip's memorial. I mean, I'm sure the Queen's disappointed. What about the security, everything like that? He's saying he's not going to come back because of the security. I did hear at the moment it's like a crusade, okay? It's like a crusade on Harry's side. So it's like almost like a crusade that he will not back down. And the reason he will not back down is because his mother was tormented with media wherever she went, okay? Now, this isn't actually much to do with Meghan. It's actually more to do with Harry pushing this issue. This is what I really feel, because of his mum. Because of his mum. So even though we might not be keen on Meghan Markle here, guys, in the UK, I still feel this is being pushed as a crusade because of Harry. Okay? So I was actually quite interested to see how is his relationship with his brother right now. Because now this is going to court and everything like that, and he's not going to go back to the memorial. It's just got really, really messy and really Hollywood, I hear. Almost Hollywood. And I do feel he's starting to have regrets about Hollywood, Harry. I do feel he's starting to have regrets about where he moved to. At first it was an escape and it was a sense of freedom, but now he's missing his home. So let's just have a look. Have a look at my cards, okay? Harry, how do you feel about Hollywood right now? How do you feel about where you live? How do you feel about where you live right now? Are you happy? Are you happy in your family environment right now? Are you happy in your family environment right now? Let's go. Business-wise, yes, guys. When it comes to money and projects, he's got a lot going on. I'm not American. I can't say too much here, okay? I'm from the UK. But because of his royalty status, there's a lot of opportunities there for him. So when it comes to business and things like that, we got the Eight of Wands, which is a really positive movement forward. Lots of energy, lots of different projects going on. We have the King of Pentacles, which is him actually being an entrepreneur, not a royal here, okay? That's his whole energy. And I do feel the Queen of Pentacles here is actually Meghan Markle as well. So they have a lot of projects going on that's got nothing related to the royal family that they're actually going to be doing, okay? I do hear, to begin with, they're riding on the coattails of the royal family because of his heritage, and because, to be honest, guys, that's the only reason people would want to talk to him in Hollywood, because of who he is. He's a prince, okay? He is a prince, no matter what anyone says, he's a prince, he's from the royal family, okay? So that's working out well for them in terms of business, okay? I do wonder about, I just think he would struggle coming up from an environment like that to LA and where he is now. So let's just pull some more cards and see how he feels. Good news with regards to money, but then the Tower, sadness. Oh, it's really tricky. Literally all the cards here, guys. I mean, good news is coming to him in regards to money. Any projects he's doing in America right now is bringing the money in. It's bringing the money in. I do hear he wants to be self-sufficient. He doesn't want to rely on the taxpayers' money because he wants to prove a point that he doesn't need them. He doesn't need the royal family, and he'll be fine by himself. But he will still use his name to get the projects he wants. He will. I mean, it's common sense. If you've been cut off, if you've cut yourself off, should I say, from the royal family, you're still going to want to work on certain projects and get your money in. And that if that ends up being your name because of who you are, that's the way it works. When you think about it now, the amount of models we have coming up, okay, that have famous parents, there you go. It's that kind of thing. So he is using like the coattails of his family name to get to where he wants right now. And the money is coming in for him. It's very, very positive. Now, this is interesting because even though the money is coming in, we have great money, we have great cards, we have great balance for him as a family. At the same time, he's really leaving his heart behind in the UK. I don't feel he's really going to miss it. I'm getting about 7-8 years until it's really going to hit home here. It's really going to hit home, which is the tower of everything falling apart here. So I feel at the moment he wants to be self-sufficient. He wants to prove that he doesn't need, I keep hearing he does not need to have the taxpayers' money. That's a big thing for him because of everything that's going on in the papers, okay? Like, the taxpayers' money, the security, things like that. Now, no matter what anyone says, the person pushing the security factor with the courts, the UK courts saying that they need police security and they weren't allowed it, is not Meghan, it's Harry. Because of what happened to his mum, he's protective over his wife. He is allowed to be protective over his wife, okay? No matter how anyone feels about her, he's allowed to be protective over the mother of his child. That's how he feels right now, okay? How is the relationship with his brother, William? Because after everything, I mean, not going back to his, the memorial of Philip, his granddad, let's just see, how does William feel? What is their relationship right now? I do actually hear building bridges, guys. I do hear building bridges. So I do think they are, I feel it's almost like, if anything, it's going to be Kate that's going to be pushing them to get back together, and Eugenie as well. So his cousins are the ones that are going to, it's the women in the family that are trying to get them back together, not the men themselves, okay? I still feel William feels let down and disappointed by the whole thing because he did feel that when he would start to be a leader, when I say leader, I mean king, okay, that Harry would have his back. And now he feels like he's lost that partnership. And even though he has his wife who's going to be loyal and supportive and there for him no matter what, he still feels let down, okay? But let's just see his energy. How does William feel about Harry right now? Oh, guys, this is kind of messy. I mean, straight away, the 3 of Cups means 3 is the crowd. And I do feel that's Meghan. It's almost like he would have a good relationship with him if it wasn't for Meghan. 3 is the crowd. 3 is the crowd's not Kate. It's not Kate. She gets on well with Harry. She always has done. They've got a really, really good relationship right there. 3 of Pentacles does mean working on their connection. So it's a lot of work going on here. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take time. It's going to take ages. And again, I feel the women in the family are trying to bring them together. Now, what may bring them together is the Knight of Pentacles, which means really working super hard on their careers. But for this, I hear for a good cause. So I don't know how much they're linked right now when it comes to charities, the charities they're working on. But I think the only thing that's going to bring them together, I hear in the public eye, is going to be charitable work. And for me, that's going to be linked with Diana, their mum. That's the only reason I feel they're going to be linked together in the future is through Diana. Hard work, charitable work. No matter what, they're always going to come together when it comes to that. That's the way it's going to be. Right. How does Kate and, well, I could say Kate and William feel about Meghan right now? How does Meghan, to be honest, guys, the minute I said, how does Meghan feel about the royal family, I heard pushed out. Straight away I heard pushed out. But how does, let's see, how does Kate feel about Meghan right now? I feel it is starting to thaw slightly between Kate and Meghan. I hear it's not her choice, but it's more as a mother, from one mother to another mother, it's starting to thaw. The iciness is starting to thaw there. And I still hear you know that song, there's a really famous song, Love Can Build a Bridge Between Your Heart and Mine or something. It's almost like Kate will be the one to build the bridges between the brother and she will use Meghan to do it. Kate, how do you feel about Meghan? Oh, it's still tricky, guys. It's still a tricky connection here. Okay, so when it comes to Meghan, I mean, Kate, the overall energy is, you know, she feels lies and deceit, things that aren't exactly how they were really portrayed. How do I explain this? Lies and deceit when it comes to press and media, okay? So I feel like Kate doesn't really go out of her way to spread stories to the media, but Meghan will try and show herself in the right light. And the thing is, whenever they try and show themselves in the right light, it turns against them. And if you've noticed, it's Kate that's kind of the... You don't get many stories about Kate coming out, about she's doing this, she's doing that. Yes, the media are going to catch her going to this school, going to that school, whatever, doing some charitable event. But overall, it's almost like Kate still feels lies and deceit when it comes to the media, and she's still very hurt by everything that's happened. Not with Harry. I do feel she feels betrayed by Harry, but she understands that Harry is going to stick by her because it's his wife and the mother to his children. But there is lies and deceit here, and she doesn't trust her. She also I heard, put her own spin on it. So this is almost like Meghan being very, very creative here. Again, with a project she does, with it's almost like she has an action plan and a plan of where she wants to go, and she has very specific goals of what she wants to do. Whereas with Kate, it's more duty to the people, duty to the crown right here. So they are very, very different people. So it's almost like she feels like Meghan has a game plan of where she wants to go in her life. And to get over this, it's almost like she's trying to rise above it. The Hierophant is almost like looking for wise counsel and trying to rise above it. She just wants the brothers to be at peace with each other. Peace with each other. But I'm not going to lie. I do hear there's tensions with Meghan. I mean, guys, look. Three of Swords is heartache, sadness. And I feel this is more from more Kate's point of view about William, feeling like William's been let down and betrayed. I hear the word betrayed about what happens, okay? She feels sad for him. She wants him to be at peace, and she feels really, really sad that a woman's come between them. A woman's come between them. Okay. Well, let's just actually ask. I know he says he's not going to be there for the memorial, okay? Harry won't be there for the memorial. Will they ever make peace? Will William and Harry finally make peace in the future? Will William and Harry finally make peace in the future? Or William and Harry finally make peace in the future? Will William and Harry finally make... I keep hearing their mum. Their mum. It's going to be their mum. Why souls? I just feel it's going to be when they're a lot older. It's not going to be now. I still think it's going to be 7 or 8 years away. I feel like... I know it sounds bad, guys, but I feel like Meghan will lose the grip she has on him. Because at the moment, he's left his country and his people for her. So it's only when that starts to fail and go downhill that I feel that he will turn back to his people and his brother and his family and need the support. Because the energy still, I mean, even in the near future, guys, arguments, fighting, one trying to get one over the other. That's the energy around them, even in the near future, even in years to come. It's still that kind of tension, arguments. The Hermit not really wanting to reach out to each other. Because there's going to be so much pain from it. I mean, I feel even in 8 to 10 years, there's still going to be pain that William feels betrayed and left behind by his brother. It's almost like what happened to Diana, Harry is running with. So I understand completely. He doesn't want it to happen to Meghan, but it's gone to the extremes where he can't see sense anymore. And I mean, I mean, Diana's incredible. I mean, what's not to say about Diana? It's just all the cards are tricky. All the cards are tricky. I do feel they would get to a point where they can communicate better, but I do feel it's years to come. We have a new way of thinking, a new mental attitude. I think this is when the kids are going to get older. Literally 6, 7 years old, they're going to start asking questions about their family. They're going to have more meetups. It's almost like Kate and the children and Harry's children will bring the family back together. And I do feel, not quite yet, because remember, Harry has just left the UK and chosen this person. So to actually admit that he made the wrong choice, that's not going to happen. It would take years and years for that to happen. I really believe that, okay? But then we do get fertility, the harvest card, happiness, abundance. And then we have the Hangman as well. And for me, guys, in this reading, the Hangman means letting go of all the past trauma they've had between the brothers. So what I'm getting now is I hear play date between the kids as well. So it's almost like when the kids are old enough where they want to know about their family and they want to go to the UK and visit their cousins, I'm on about maybe maybe 4 to 6 years old, that's when the bonds are going to mend. But I do feel it's very much Harry bringing the children over to William and Kate, not the whole happy family thing with Meghan. I just don't feel that. I just don't. In some ways, I just don't feel he's ever going to recover from it. I don't. I do feel his family would take him back in, but if they did, it would be without her. And I heard lesson learned. Now, no matter what we say, the hardest lessons we ever learn in life are usually through our mistakes. It's only by being with the wrong person, doing the wrong thing, marrying the wrong person, whatever, okay, that we learn an important lesson and we have spiritual growth. So this is the stage he's in right now. But I do feel the brothers coming back together in later life, and it will be their children that will bring them all back in together. But it's just so messy. I mean, every time I look at the papers, I'm like, oh my God, you're doing what now? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a messy situation, guys. It's messy, but I do feel the brothers will reunite. But it's going to be years and years, and it's going to be because of the children they reunite, not because of them as brothers. That's how I'm seeing it right now. That is it. Bye, guys.